First thing I might try, and again, remember, I don't have these worked out, so I might group it just as it sits. That won't do me any good. M squared mn n. Well, let's just group it as it sits and just see what it looks like for fun. 2 times m minus n. Over here, if I pull out negative m, I get m minus n. Bravo! We did it. Okay, that wasn't so bad. So I just grouped it the way it was, hoped for the best. Factored out the negative m times a positive m is m squared. Negative m times negative n is positive mn. Pulled out the 2 here. 2 times m is positive 2m. 2 times negative n is negative 2n. The two items that share the same factor get grouped together. And you might have it written at negative m plus 2, or maybe you wrote 2 minus m. Either way is fine. M minus n is the shared factor that gets written here. Okay, that's 14. 16. Greatest common factor and difference of square, or perfect square is what I see. 80 minus 120p plus 45p squared. I am going to rearrange it. Did you rearrange it to start with? Get your squared, your first, and your constant. That's the way to do it. Start by rearranging it. Greatest common factor of 5. I see that right away because they all end in a 5 or 0. 5, 9p squared minus 24p minus 16?
Yeah, 16.
Okay. Is this a perfect square? Square root of which is 3p. Is this a perfect square? Square root of which is 4. If I multiply these two, a and b together, and I double it, can I get negative 24p? How? Negative. Bring down your 5. And there's your answer. Rearrange it. Pull out your greatest common factor. Difference, I'm sorry, perfect square. 18. This is going to be greatest common factor and difference of squares. I already see a greatest common factor of 2p. Q. You guys agree with me on that greatest common factor? After I pull that out, I'm left with 4p squared, yep, minus 9q squared. The difference of two perfect squares, square root of each, separated by a positive and negative. Square root of each in the first position, last position, separated by a positive and negative. 20. (180) x squared y minus 108 xy squared minus 75 x cubed. All right, I see a greatest common factor. I thought 5 at first, but no, it's going to be 3. This has a 3, this has a 3, 8 plus 1 is 9, this has a 3, 7 plus 5 is 12. So 3 for sure, 3x. 3x? Yeah. 3x. So 60xy minus 3. 39? 39? Is that right? 36. 6 times 3 is 18. Thank you. 36. X came out. Y squared minus 25x squared. Okay. This is A, this is C, this is B. Okay, you might not see it, but that's how it is. A, C, B. You can leave it like this and still figure it out. Because the square root of this, square root of that, you know what, no, I'm going to pull the negative out, because you can't have a perfect square be a negative. Because this is a perfect square, this is a perfect square, 6 and 5 doubled is 60. So I'm going to rearrange it, pulling the negative out. Negative means that's going to be a positive 25x squared. The negative means that's going to be a negative 60xy. The negative means that is going to be a positive. This guy is going to meet us at the end here. Square root of that, yes. Square root of that, okay. If I multiply these two together and double it, I can get that.
Jonah, Daniel, Grant, BH, Joe, and Seth. Took Jonah, Daniel, Grant, BH, Joe, and Seth to the office.
Okay, so this is a perfect square. Negative 3x times the perfect square. So the square root squared. Last one. All right. All right. Okay. As it sits, this is a difference of two squares, which mean n is being multiplied by n plus 1, n minus 1. Added to this over here, which is n minus 1. You would think that you could just list these two one time and multiply it by that, but that's not right. Okay, you might think that, but that is not right. Unfortunately, in order to do this, you actually have to FOIL, collect like terms, and then break it back apart. Because you need the collection of this and this. So n cubed minus n plus n squared. Is that a minus n again? Okay, n cubed minus n squared minus n. So, let's put it in order. N cubed, why can't I write the cube today? Plus n squared minus 2n? Greatest common factor? N. N squared plus n minus 2. N plus 2n minus 1? N plus 2n minus 1, do you guys see that? Factors of negative 2 whose sum is 1. So a factor of a negative, so it's either negative 2 and positive 1 or 2 and negative 1. Add these two together, I get a negative 1. Add these two together, I get a positive 1. So I need n plus 2, n minus 1 multiplied by n. Okay, that's what made this tricky. You looked at this and you saw this difference of squares, maybe did this, But you can't just look at this and say this and this, because they're not both being multiplied by all the same stuff. All right?